Hello everyone, welcome back. Episode 6. What did the letter actually read? Maleev's tone was cold, urgent. Katanga had written to let her father know not to worry. She was lying low for a while. Then she was planning to take a trip outside the country. When was she planning to leave? The father of the cat did not know. You will be sorry if you lie. Joe Maleev's voice was ice. I don't know, honestly. The prisoner's voice was quaking, misery weighing down each syllable. I thought you hadn't been in contact with Katanga for months. Joe Maleev was unrelenting. The former principal hadn't. This was the first time he had heard from his dual pilfering offspring in months. You must understand, please. She's always been this way. For some reason, Katanga had always felt the need to update her father on life's little landmarks. Where she was planning to go, maybe. How she was. But never anything about a heist. Never what exactly she had done. Or what business or endeavor she was up to. Just generally how she was and where, or whereabouts she was. Wasn't she ever worried her parents would let the authorities know? She knew we would never tell. And after her mother passed away, she seemed to become even more confident that her lonely father would never give her up to the authorities. It became a one-sided ritual. She would write from time to time. The former principal never responded. And I may actually have responded, he reminisced, if I had known where to send the correspondence. As always with Katanga, things were strikingly different. They would find letters on their doorstep, in their mailbox. There was never a return address, nowhere to write back. My poor wife used to swear our daughter sneaked into the house sometimes. She said she could feel her presence. The cat's father had brushed it off as nonsense. There had never been an indication that their prodigal child had slipped back into her childhood home at any time. How else could the letters have been delivered? Maleev was curious to hear the former principal's theories. The prisoner was sure his daughter had delivered them herself. But that's as far as he believed his daughter had gone. I just don't believe she actually ever ventured into the house. Maleev silently wondered at this man's extreme obtuseness. Having come all the way just to drop off a letter, what could possibly have prevented Katanga from slipping into the house, even for a few minutes? It would have been the easiest thing to do. Maleev wondered what kind of psychological impulse could have pulled the legendary heister back to her childhood home enough time to raise significant questions. Could it be the incorrigible Katanga had somehow wanted and needed her parents' support and approval long after she had become an adult? The detective shook his head. Ironic that a thief of Katanga's caliber should want to receive her parents' blessings, no matter how begrudging, for her nefarious lifestyle. Maybe he could have just stopped stealing, Maleev thought aloud. The note seemed innocuous enough. The usual hi and how are you? But to Maleev, this could very well be the key to unlocking the wild sphinx that was Katanga. The detective placed the letter in a clear plastic bag. He scrawled the words Katanga's mind in bold black lettering across its surface. Then he taped the bag shut. The letter had officially become the piece of very critical evidence in the case against the cat. On a hunch, Maleev reminded himself to request round-the-clock surveillance teams. It suddenly seemed like a very intelligent idea to have a few pairs of eyes watching the former principal's confiscated estate. You never knew. Katanga crouched in the dark foyer, eyes narrowed into slits. She slithered forward as her eyes quickly adjusted to the darkness. This was the easy part. With one graceful leap, she bounded over the counter. It was a small place. She had memorized almost every square inch. She had watched him that day without being noticed. That was the name of the game. Stealth. The jewel thief almost laughed at the pound, but she didn't. She had the reflexes of a cat, honed to near perfection after years of training. When she was on a mission, even the smallest movement or thought was calculated down to the millisecond. There was no room for extraneous thoughts, diversions, or distractions. The slightest error could snare up the entire operation. It was about 15 paces to the right, what she was looking for. She sensed it before she saw it. Within seconds, Katanga was huddled in front of the safe. It was sizable, but far from intimidating. And besides, she wasn't planning to keep any of the loot she would raid from this baby safe. It was there, just as she had known it would be. The dull metal buckle glinted a little under the pinpoint light of the thief's miniature torch. Two daft movements. The watch was in the cat's bag. She checked to see if there might be anything else of passing interest. Nothing. Not tonight, anyway. No matter how badly she may have wanted to. It was a good thing she didn't want to, anyway. Tonight, she had other things to do. She could not afford to deviate. Not tonight. One important clue had emerged from the meeting with the former principal. Katanga could be much closer than Joe Maleev had imagined. She could be holed up somewhere in the city for all he knew. That was good news. Even better news was that he would have some clue, no matter how murky, as to her thinking and frame of mind. Maleev looked at the plastic bag in his hand. He was hoping the coded letter inside it might offer some more clues as to the whereabouts of the cat. Thank you for visiting my page. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thank you.